Welcome to Best Learn English Online.
It sounds like she might have been speaking in a more casual or unstructured way. Sometimes, people communicate effectively even if their grammar isn't perfect. Were you referring to a specific situation or context? Sure. Speaking English without strict adherence to grammar rules can happen for various reasons. 1. Informal conversations. In casual settings, people often prioritize communication over grammar. This can lead to a more relaxed style of speaking. 2. Non-native speakers. Someone learning English might have a limited grasp of grammar, but can still convey their thoughts and ideas. 3. Dialects and slang. Different regions have unique ways of speaking that may not follow standard grammar, but are perfectly understood within that context. 4. Stream of consciousness. Some people express their thoughts in a free-flowing manner that doesn't adhere to conventional grammar but captures their emotions and ideas vividly. 5. Creativity. In poetry, music, or storytelling, breaking grammar rules can create a unique voice or style. Absolutely. Here are some additional thoughts on the topic. 1. Language development. Children learning language. Kids often speak in fragments or mixed languages as they learn. This phase is normal and part of language acquisition. 2. Cultural influences. Different cultural norms. In some cultures, the way people express themselves may not conform to standard grammar, but it conveys meaning and connection. 3. Body language and context. Nonverbal communication. Tone, gestures, and facial expressions can carry a lot of meaning, sometimes making grammatical precision less important. 4. Online communication. Texting and social media. Many people communicate in shorthand or use informal language online, often ignoring grammar for speed and brevity. 5. Creative expression. Artistic freedom. Writers, poets, and artists often play with language. Deliberately bending or breaking grammar rules can enhance their work's emotional impact. 6. Emphasis on ideas. Content over form. Sometimes, the essence of what someone is trying to communicate is more important than the structure of their sentences. 7. Improvisation. Spontaneity. In spontaneous conversations, especially in storytelling or humor, people might not focus on grammar and instead prioritize flow and engagement. Sure. Here's some more dimensions to consider regarding speaking English without strict grammar. 1. Regional variations. Accents and dialects. Different regions have unique dialects that might alter grammar usage. For example, in some southern U.S. dialects, you might hear y'all instead of you all, which can change the grammatical structure. 2. Code switching. Bilingual speakers. People fluent in multiple languages often switch between them in conversation. This can result in grammar that blends elements from both languages. 3. Idiomatic expressions. Colloquialisms. Using phrases like hit the road or kick the bucket can make speech less formal and more relatable, even if they don't follow grammatical rules. 4. Storytelling traditions. Oral traditions. In cultures with strong oral storytelling traditions, narratives may prioritize rhythm, repetition, and imagery over grammatical correctness. 5. Performance and style. Public speaking. Speakers might adopt a more conversational style in speeches or presentations, focusing on connecting with the audience rather than adhering strictly to grammar. 6. Imperfect learning. Language learners. Non-native speakers might communicate effectively using simple structures and vocabulary, even if their grammar isn't perfect. This reflects their learning stage. 7. Humor and wit. Playful language. Comedy often involves bending grammar rules for effect, such as using malapropisms or intentional misstatements for humor. 8. Emotional impact. Raw expression. Sometimes, breaking grammar norms can express urgency or strong emotion, making the communication feel more authentic and impactful. 9. Authenticity. Personal style. Some people choose to speak this way as a form of self-expression, embracing their individuality rather than conforming to traditional grammar rules. Certainly, here are additional insights into speaking English without strict grammar. 1. Stream of consciousness. Thought process. This literary technique reflects a person's thoughts in real time, often leading to fragmented or non-grammatical speech that captures the flow of ideas. 2. Emphasis on emotion. Expressive speech. In heated discussions or passionate storytelling, the focus shifts to conveying feelings, which may lead to less structured language. 3. Audience engagement. Relatability. Using casual, ungrammatical speech can make a speaker seem more approachable and relatable, fostering a connection with the audience. 4. Intentional non-standard usage. Artistic license. Writers and speakers may intentionally break grammar rules for stylistic effect, creating a unique voice or atmosphere. 5. Cultural context. Cultural expressions. Certain phrases or grammatical structures may be specific to a culture or community, where the standard rules of English don't fully apply. 6. Personal experiences. Anecdotes. Sharing personal stories often leads to a more informal tone, where the essence of the story is prioritized over grammatical precision. 7. Social media influences. Trends and memes. The rise of memes and viral content encourages brevity and creativity, often sacrificing grammar for impact and humor. 8. Nostalgia and tradition. Cultural heritage. Some speech patterns are passed down through generations, reflecting cultural heritage more than standard grammar. 9. Influence of technology. Voice-to-text features. Technology can sometimes misinterpret speech, leading to casual or incorrect phrasing that becomes part of everyday language. 10. Learning environment. Supportive spaces. In educational settings, particularly for language learners, emphasis on communication can encourage less focus on grammar and more on expressing ideas. 11. Flexibility in language. Evolving language. Language is constantly changing, and what might be considered ungrammatical today could become accepted in the future as usage evolves.
Part 2.
Once upon a time in a small village, there was a young girl named Mia who loved to talk. She spoke to everyone, her friends, her pets, even the trees. But there was one problem. She spoke English without grammar. "Me go park," she would say, skipping down the street. Her friends giggled, but they understood her just fine. They loved how she filled their conversations with laughter and joy. One sunny day, Mia decided to organize a picnic. She gathered all her friends and said, "We eat sandwich and drink juice and play game." Her friends cheered, excited for the fun. At the park, they spread out a big blanket. "Food here, fun there," Mia exclaimed. They munched on sandwiches and shared stories. "I see Big Bird," she pointed, and they all looked up to see a giant eagle soaring overhead. Suddenly, a boy named Tim spoke up. "Mia, why you no use grammar?" he asked, puzzled. Mia shrugged, her eyes sparkling. "Talking fun. No worry about rules. We just happy." Tim thought for a moment. "But sometimes hard understand," he admitted. Mia nodded. "Okay, I try, but make more fun if no rules." And so they played games, ran around, and laughed together. As the sun set, Mia said, "Best day ever. Friends, food, fun." Tim smiled. "Maybe grammar not so important. We still understand. We still have fun." From that day on, Mia taught her friends that while grammar was nice, the heart of conversation was connection. They learned to embrace her unique way of speaking, and soon the whole village was filled with laughter and joy, grammar or no grammar. In the end, Mia's message was clear. It's not about how you speak, but how you make others feel. And that made every word she said a little magic. As time passed, Mia's style of speaking became a delightful part of village life. People would eagerly await her updates about their community, which were always full of enthusiasm and a sprinkle of silliness. One day, a new family moved to the village. The daughter, Anna, was shy and spoke perfectly, but she felt out of place. Mia noticed Anna sitting alone under a tree. With her usual exuberance, she ran over and said, "Hey, you come play? We have fun." Anna looked confused. "You mean come play with you?" "Yes, we play games. You no worries," Mia replied, her smile bright. Slowly, Anna joined them. At first, she struggled to understand Mia's playful sentences, but the laughter of the other kids drew her in. "We play tag, run fast," Mia shouted, and soon everyone was giggling and chasing each other. After a while, Anna felt herself loosening up. She started to laugh and even tried mimicking Mia. "Me run fast, too," she called out, her cheeks flushed with joy. The other kids cheered her on. Days turned into weeks, and Anna began to embrace the carefree way Mia spoke. One afternoon, as they all gathered for another picnic, Anna stood up and announced, "Today we eat cookie and tell story." Her friends clapped, loving her attempt at Mia's style. Mia beamed with pride. "Good job, Anna. You do great." As their friendship blossomed, Anna and Mia began to help each other. Anna showed Mia how to write down their fun adventures in a book, while Mia taught Anna to loosen up and not worry about every little rule. They became a perfect team, combining creativity and structure. One evening, the village held a talent show. Mia excitedly declared, "We do act. Funny play." Anna hesitated. "But what if it's not perfect?" Mia shook her head. "No perfect. Just fun. Everyone cheer." With Mia's encouragement, they decided to perform together. They created a silly skit about a magical tree that could talk. Mia filled it with her playful phrases, while Anna crafted dialogue that flowed beautifully. On the night of the show, they stepped onto the stage, hearts racing. "Welcome, everyone. We tell story," Mia shouted, her voice ringing out. The audience erupted in applause. As they performed, Mia's wild antics and Anna's graceful lines complemented each other perfectly. Laughter filled the air, and by the end, everyone was on their feet, cheering and clapping. "Best show ever," Mia exclaimed. Anna smiled, her confidence shining bright. "Thank you. We did it together." From that day on, Anna found her place in the village. She learned that speaking from the heart mattered more than getting everything right. And Mia, with her joyful, rule-free English, became a symbol of connection and creativity. The village thrived with a spirit of friendship, where grammar and perfection took a backseat to laughter and love. And every time Mia said, "We make fun," everyone knew they were in for a delightful adventure.
Video is over. Get out of here first, comment and let me know how you liked the video. And subscribe if you like your will and it's part 2.